Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
Here at the Sydney Cricket Ground, England, the great escape. It certainly felt that way at different points today. They held on for a draw or a test match that went to the very final ball. And Huss, anytime a test match goes to the final ball, it's thrilling. But the fact that James Anderson and Stuart Broad were there at the very end too, it made it all the more special after Australia nearly went through them, needing 6 wickets in the final session. The second new ball, Pat Cummins goes bang, bang to get rid of Butler and Wood in quick succession. Finishing in the dark with the spinners, just kind of had it all today, didn't it?
It was a fantastic test match. It really was. And it had everything. You know, it had a lot of fight from England, which we've been waiting to see throughout the series. I thought Zach Crawley played beautifully with his 77. But Australia just kept chipping away, getting wickets along the way. And then, you know, they grab a couple and you think, okay, they're going to run through England. But no, they showed fight again. Ben Stokes, wow, what a fighter he is. You know, you could see the anguish on his face when Nathan Lyon finally got him out, caught at first slip. You thought, okay, well, now's the time for Australia to put the foot on the throat. But again, England kept fighting and hanging in there. It was gripping stuff, you know, and it's amazing that it can, you know, after 5 days, it can come down to the very last over, the very last ball. And the old pro Jimmy Anderson hanging on. Thought Jack Leach fought really hard as well with Johnny Bairstow, you know, and you thought, okay, England are safe, but there's always a twist in the tail. And the SCG has seen so many famous test matches over the years, and this will certainly go down in history as one of the greatest as well. England, fantastic effort to be able to bat through the day on a pitch that actually played okay. It held together okay. There was a few tricks, you know, along the way. There was a bit of uneven bounce, but not as much as maybe what we were expecting. Not as much spin as perhaps we were expecting. And it was, you know, and England were able to hang on. It was an awesome test match, great to witness, and certainly England, I think they'll come away with a lot of spirit and a lot of heart out of that one.
Yeah, I think they will as well. I spoke to Joe Root after play, and he described himself as being very relieved. I mean, just getting something from this series and doing it in such spectacular fashion. And by that, I mean having to play with such guts, having to get through that final session when all looked lost for a moment there. And we saw India draw a test here last year where, and the beauty of what India achieved was that by the last hour, all the life was out of it. This was a different kind of draw, owing to the fact that there was the late wobble and all the rest of it. But Johnny Bairstow, 41, he faced more than 100 deliveries in both innings of the test match for the first time. When he got out, caught at silly point, I'm not sure if you spotted this, Huss, but it was Stephen Smith who said to Labuschagne, you go to silly point for the seamers as well. So Pat Cummins was well supported by his vice-captain. And at the very death, Stephen Smith, you've got to love the absurdity of Test cricket, the vagary of Test cricket, that Stephen Smith, arguably the best Test batsman in the world, or certainly has been at different points over the last 5 years, bowling to 2 of the greatest seamers of all time who are batting to try and save the Test. It was a beautiful thing.
It certainly was. It was amazing. You know, you were glued to the game. You couldn't take your eyes off it. It actually reminded me of a few years ago when Michael Clarke came on late in a test match and took two or three late wickets. I can't remember exactly, against India.
3 in 5 balls.
Test match. Yeah, in a few balls. And it had that feel about it. When he got Jack Leach out, caught it slip, we thought, oh, here we go again. Is he going to be able to spin his magic and spin Australia to a famous victory? But no, England were able to hang on. All the experience of Jimmy Anderson. It was phenomenal. As I said, it had absolutely everything, this test match. It had great batting by Usman Khawaja and Johnny Bairstow. It had some fantastic bowling with Boland and of course Stuart Broad from England. It had some great spirit and great heart and hanging in there. But, you know, England showed great character today. You cannot take anything away from them. The fighting qualities and character they showed was sensational.